guys. So today I'm just going to be showing you some meals that I use, well, what I have in the fridge to use to make for a meal plan. Um, I'm looking to go for more low carbs and at least more protein. Usually that's how I have my meal days, but we're going to see what's in the fridge and see what we can use to make a meal plan for the following weeks. So we're going to take a look at what's in here. All right, so got some nasty ass peppers. Should be in the garbage. I got some. What do I got here? I got some Brussels sprouts. Let's see what we can do with that. We got some chicken thawed in here. Some chicken. See what I can make with some. I could probably make anything with chicken, to be honest. Let's put some of this stuff in there. So we got chicken, and we got Brussels sprouts. What else? What else? Oh, what we got in the cupboard in here? I got half of onions. It's like not important. What else we got in here for food? Then I got chicken as your protein. And then some watermelon here. Yeah. So we got chicken here. So we're probably gonna cut up this chicken, air fry it, or add it with some onions and garlic, with some paprika, salt. Then you got your Brussels sprouts. You can have it as a side. And I probably maybe add like cooked rice. I'll probably add like 100 grams of cooked rice, just to kind of give me that energy to still, keep in pace and still work. Probably take a couple grams of nuts too. I got roasted nuts here. Got some almonds, and take like a little portion of that, maybe like 50 grams. I hit a little bit of my fat, and again, just something to take me through the day, Then you got your watermelon. Everybody loves watermelon, so I'm gonna have that as my side. And then, so that's what we got in the fridge. And then now, gotta go right to the workout.
First thing I do is that I like to warm up. I do a couple of squats. Some of the squats that I'll do, I'll just hold it. Just get my mobility going, my range of motion from my knees, my ankles, even my shoulder joints. I want them engaged and active. Warming up is essential. You're trying to prevent injury, and then you also want to be able to increase performance. Also, it just kind of gives you like a little boost. It wakes you up in the morning, wakes you up before a workout, right? So you're workout ready. It's good for your mind and your body. So yeah, I just do a regular squat. After that, I get into my next warm-up, which is essentially a Mike Tyson push-up, but I do it in a motion that kind of makes it more of an activation than a workout. I try to take my time. It really helps me with like my scapular retraction and also my shoulder movement. Also, as you can see, my ankles and my knees, everything is moving. So for me, this is one of the most effective warm-ups, like personally, right? And then I kind of get ready with my workout. The first thing I like to do, I'll start out with the bicep curl. And with the bicep curl, the first thing I do, I actually start pretty fast, and that's just because I kind of want to get my body heated first. And then I kind of slow down the pace more, and I start trying to really push endurance, because then I'll hold these weights in that position, in that curl position. Now, I want to make this into a full body workout too, so then I'm going to incorporate a little squat. Again, with the squat, I do start off a little fast. It shouldn't really be fast in general, but the reason I started fast is because, first of all, it's cold in this room, and I want to warm myself up. So I start out fast to kind of warm myself up, and then I slow down a bit. Again, at the very peak, I try to hold that bicep curl. You know, I'm really pushing from my glutes and my feet. I'm using it to give me that leverage and that power up. Then I hold that bicep curl at the top. And now we're going to move on to our next exercise, which essentially is a tricep extension, right? So I bring it back to that bicep curl. How my stance is that I'm actually tilting my hips a little bit forward so that I get that leverage to push my arms back to get that contraction of my tricep. Again, my core is engaged, my back is engaged too. So this is why, again, just an overall, but my whole body's working. Then I kind of incorporate a lunge into this. It's an alternative lunge, so I move the same arm I move back is the same leg that moves down, kind of working on my coordination as well. Again, if you're beginning with this, you can just do a lunge in any direction and use your arms to propel you back until you kind of get that hand-eye coordination to drop down and move and push back, drop down, push back. That takes a little bit of time, but if you can do it at your best. So with this exercise, again, it's a full body workout, and I'm really engaging my core as well. And so as we finish that, we're going to move on to our next exercise. The next exercise is, so we're going to move right into a hammer curl. Now, a hammer curl is so essential for making like your arms a little bit bigger, because it really works on that brachialis. It also works on your grip too. It makes your wrist a little bit stronger. So I do a couple of those, well, not a couple, about I'd say 12 or 20. Then I move on to that sumo stance. Again, another variation of squat that's really good for your lower body. Especially, I find that this works on my calves really well, actually. And it really helps me with that ankle joint movement, right? So at your peak, you're squeezing that hammer curl, and you're really contracting your core as well, making sure your core is nice and strong, right? So now we'll move on to our next exercise. This is a dip. I actually prefer the dip on a more higher platform, but again, we gotta make it do what we got. So you're doing a dip. Again, I start off a little quick because I want to get my body warmed up. And if this exercise begins to be a little bit simple for you, as you can see there, I kind of elevated my leg a little bit tough. So I had to kind of take a chill. That was I was just trying to, do a little extra on that one. But again, if some of these exercises is a little bit simple, or you're just trying to challenge yourself, you can always do stuff like that, especially when you're doing body weights. Lift one leg up a bit, so now you're actually using more of your body. So those are like the main couple of exercises. You got your hammer curls, then you incorporate a little bit of a variation of squat, and you have a full body workout right there, right? I try to do about 4 sets of these workouts, 12 to 20 reps. So again, if you got about 30 minutes of your time, you can definitely put that into 30 minutes before you go to work, or incorporate that into your busy schedule. These exercises are so essential because of course, it's more arm focused, especially with this exercise, but I always incorporate something that kind of really engage my entire body, my core, my glutes, my hamstrings, especially for this one. And you're really getting your sweating, getting your working with this one in really little time that you really have. Obviously, if you have more time, you can really push yourself more. But these exercises are so good for those who don't have a lot of time. You can definitely get your sweat in. So always start your day off right. If you enjoyed this workout, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And see you on the next workout.